Hello, I am Gigor, and this is the Mercury Mark II. It is available on the Starbase Ship Shot Discord server, or you can contact me directly at Gigor number 6370. It is a long-range, fast, miner, and hauler, and can reach most zones within the Eos belt and the entirety of the Moon belt. This ship is equipped with a autopilot and a collision avoidance system. Collision avoidance uses these two bars on the side, which consist of rangefinders angled at a slight angle towards the center in order to detect nearly any asteroid within before it hits your ship. The autopilot will allow you to direct yourself to waypoints anywhere within the ISAN range, which is 1,000 kilometers from origin. However, it does get less accurate the further out you get. You can make lots of modifications to this ship. If you don't want a miner, you can remove the mining lasers in this thing. If you want less storage in exchange for faster speed, you can remove these top crates. And there are a lot of other modifications you can make. There's a small cargo lock frame in the bottom of the ship here. There are two options I'd recommend. You can either use a setup like this in order to refill your hydrogen from a small tank, which you can refill with the crafting menu, or you can also use a handheld mining laser such as the Lance or the one from Fatfly. I will now demonstrate the approach system. In the cockpit, there are a lot of buttons. This button is your central rangefinder, and will tell you the distance to the wall right here. This, of course, works on asteroids as well. However, there are no asteroids in the spaceship test area. This button enables the autopilot and will approach the wall relatively quickly. This uses a two-stage approach system in order to maximize your approach speed and avoid collision with the wall. On this left side, you have lots of information about your ship, including the generator rates, stored fuel, and stored propellant. And on the right panel, you have your ISAN waypoint system. To mine, you can hit this button to turn on the mining lasers. There are 4 mining lasers which can pulse. These two buttons enable horizontal and vertical rotation, and can be toggled independently or together, as seen here. This is horizontal, and this is vertical. The above arm for ore collection can be enabled using this button here. It can also oscillate back and forth using this button here. It will oscillate 10 degrees to each side, and should be able to collect all of the ore from your asteroid. Down here, you have information about your cooling units. The coolers here are optional. However, they are a nice backup in case your radiators do get damaged. Here's a demonstration of the ore collection arm moving. It moves around 10 degrees to each side before returning to the other side. This movement is optional if you want it to be stationary. I will now demonstrate the navigation system. The ship will autopilot to 000. This will show me the distance to waypoint. This is your debug screen. This is very useful for determining information about your stuff. This is your ISAN, of course, including your speed. And this shows you what waypoint you're currently navigating to. On this screen, your PJ and PX are your offsets, and these numbers need to get below 40 in order for you to start moving forward. This system will take a moment to orientate properly, which is currently happening. When it takes off, it will enable the collision avoidance system, and I can demonstrate that. On this bottom panel here, there's a turtle mode if you want to just move slower, and a precision mode if you want all of your inputs to be reduced. This is the collision avoidance system. It will detect any asteroid within 500 meters, and it will immediately strafe downwards upon detection. That is demonstrated here. The autopilot is able to direct it directly to where you want to go, so you don't need to worry about the strafing putting you off course. Of course, no collision avoidance system is ever 100% perfect, and asteroids can sneak through in this area below the beams if they get strafed into. This is generally unavoidable though with any collision avoidance system, especially since this is within 500 meters. The smallest distance between beams in this array is 96, and that is between these two rangefinders right there. Using this stock setup, I get 120 meters per second. Or, using a full load of lithium, you will get around 80 meters per second. If you reduce some of these crates on the top, or you remove the mining setup, you'll be able to go faster. The fastest I have seen is around 90 meters per second with a full load and 130 with empty. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you are somewhat interested in buying this ship. If you are, please get in touch. The pricing model is somewhat different than other ships. The default model does not include any ore crates, and I can provide those for a set cost, or you can provide them for a different cost, and that is not factored into the unarmed design. The warp gate core is also not provided in the ore cost, and must be pre-crafted, and again, you can do that or I can do that. They're both fine with me. If you are not interested in having a warp gate core, I can substitute it for hydrogen tanks, and I can substitute a lot of things. More extensive modifications will require down deposit, and some modifications like mining lasers, ore collectors, and additional crates may require extra cost. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoy your day.